These characters aren't as popular as the Crawley family, but they're definitely an important part of the Abbey. Find out which of the servants will make their appearance in the movie this fall, who regrets being a part of the show, whose fan got a tattoo of her favorite character on her hip. Jim Carter as Mr. Carson. Even before Downton Abbey, Jim Carter was a recognizable face on British TV due to his many credits, including The Singing Detective, Cracker, Cranford, and Silent Witness. But it was the role of the conservative butler, Mr. Carson, that made him world famous.
Just a minute. I've never been called a liberal in my life, and I don't intend to start now.
I get recognized quite a lot. I mean, walking over Westminster Bridge, from the south side to the north side, a Chilean family who didn't speak any English, an Indian family from Hyderabad, and a French family in the space of 150 yards. That was fairly amazing, the actor remembers. Of course, the movie we are anticipating will not be perfect without this character, and we are all awfully curious about how the relationship of the touching Carsons couple will further develop. A small spoiler, the movie will give us the chance to meet the real wife of Jim Carter, the actress Imelda Staunton. Jim recalls how, at first, he couldn't believe his wife will appear on the same set. She took the role because she liked it, not because of me. It wasn't like she was playing my wife in it. Imagine. We had 2 days filming together in the dining room and zero interaction. It was nice. It's probably very interesting to portray strangers and then discuss it over dinner at home. Carter revealed that he quickly set boundaries between marriage and work. I said to her on set, "If you think I'm serving you wine here, forget it. That happens at home, not at work. I'm practically her butler at home as it is." The actors think the secret to his successful 35-year-old marriage is a sense of humor. We were best friends before we were married, and we've stayed best friends. There's no one else I'd rather do things with. We look after each other. It's ideal. The actor is already 70, but he is full of energy and not going to shy away from acting. I won't retire anyway. I'll just carry on until I can't remember my lines and start bumping into the furniture. The actor's latest work is the movie Swimming with Men 2018, about male synchronized swimming team. Unfortunately, the ratings of the film are quite low. Perhaps it's because we are used to seeing Carter in a tuxedo and not in a bathing suit. Phyllis Logan as Mrs. Hughes. How could we tell you about Mr. Carson and not mention the amazing Mrs. Hughes? Unlike her husband, head housekeeper Elsie Mae Carson tried to acknowledge that things are changing and she has to move on.
Come on, I dare you.
But if I get my trousers wet...
If you get them wet, we'll dry them.
When the actress Phyllis Logan first read the script, she was amazed with its atmosphere and amazing characters. After 6 seasons and more than 50 series, Logan is sure it's one of her best projects, and it will stay in her heart forever. Despite the fact that her character was not in the spotlight as much as the main cast members, the actress has still become quite a famous one. I was in Atlanta, Georgia with my husband, and I was having breakfast in our hotel when this soft-spoken woman came over. "Excuse me," she said, "Phyllis Logan?" Phyllis Logan said she is always happy to chat with her fans, but this woman was such a big admirer of Mrs. Hughes that even got a set of household keys tattooed onto her hip and showed it to the actress. Then she said that at night, she dresses as Mistress Hughes in leather with a whip. She had her own X-rated version of Downton Abbey going on. And you definitely know Logan's husband, the actor Kevin McNally. Yes, he portrayed one of the pirates in the Pirates of the Caribbean. But have you noticed that he also starred in a few episodes of Downton Abbey? No one told me it was going to happen, and when Kevin said he'd got a part on Downton, I thought he was winding me up, chuckles Phyllis. Working together was a rare treat for a couple whose busy acting schedules mean they are often separated. "We're used to that," says Phyllis. "We try to make sure we don't stay apart for more than 7 or 8 weeks at a time, and we phone, text, and Skype every day. When Kevin's not around, I do miss talking to him. We're such good mates, and I tell him more than I tell anyone else." By the way, Phyllis Logan is one of the few who revealed a bit about the upcoming movie. In an interview last November, she revealed that the movie is set to happen a few years after the TV show ended, so it will be 1927. She revealed that we'll see almost all of our favorite characters, but there will be plenty of new faces too. As for Matthew Crawley, the actress joked, "Yes, he comes back as the ghost of Christmas past." No, sadly, he's still dead. If you'd like to know more about Dan Stevens, who portrayed Matthew, and also about the rest of the Crawley family members, watch our first video about the cast of the Abbey. Joanne Froggatt as Anna Smith. She's gone from household servant to household name and became a Golden Globe winner too. The role of Anna Smith was definitely a breakthrough in the actress's career. Before landing this role in 2010, she was feeling frustrated. "I hadn't had a great couple of years, work-wise. I wasn't getting the kinds of jobs I wanted to get, she says. I just wasn't moving up. Back in 2012, when the show was at the peak of its popularity, the actress married her longtime boyfriend, James Cannon. When the actress was only planning her wedding ceremony, she emailed her local vicar about the wedding. He wrote back, "If you could possibly arrange for me and my wife to visit the set of Downton, you will go straight to heaven." Isn't that proof of the show's popularity? After the show was over, the actress wasn't left without a job. Her most unexpected performance was the role of an English serial killer in the 19th century Mary Ann Cotton in the miniseries Dark Angel. A very unexpected experience. But we'll soon see her in the type of role we're used to, the role of Anna Smith. In a recent interview with the Sunday Telegraph, she said, "The movie will be full of romance, fun, surprise, sadness, and intrigue. Everything people want, but elevated." Joanne added that Anna is in a really good place. She revealed, she and Mr. Bates have a baby boy, now 18 months old. She is passionate about helping Lady Mary with the running of Downton, about keeping the legacy going. Although the Dark Angel actress loved Anna in the wake of the Downton Abbey TV series ending, she has deliberately tried to stay away from any roles which are too similar. She said, "I did stay away from working-class Northerners for a little bit. Not that I've got anything against them, but I didn't want to play their character all the time." Brendan Coyle as John Bates. We all had fixed feelings when we realized that Anna Smith and the new valet John Bates were attracted to one another.
I don't know what...
He was much older than her, had some problems with his health, and a shady past. But Mr. Bates managed to prove that he is worthy of Anna. The actor never considered his character a heartbreaker. But as the popularity of the show and its characters kept growing, Brendan Coyle kept being called a sex symbol. I think it's in everybody's best interest that I don't really think about it. There's been no kind of Tom Jones effect. No one's thrown knickers at me, or themselves. You get a lot of people requesting photographs, but I tend to keep myself to myself. Pull my cap down, he revealed in an interview. After the filming of Downton Abbey was over, Brendan has been trying to get back to something which has great writing. This craving has seen him take parts in BBC horror series Requiem and a revival of Arthur Miller's play The Price. Brendan Coyle keeps avoiding questions about his personal life. As we know, the actor has never been married, and we have no information regarding his relationship status. But we all saw how Mr. Bates managed to find love when he wasn't expecting it. So maybe it will be the same with Brendan Coyle. Robert James-Collier as Thomas Barrow. The suave, confident, and downright evil character was played by Rob James-Collier, and we really loved hating him. The actor has said many times in different interviews that this role was tricky for him. I think audiences in the US can identify quite easily with the quintessential English gent, an English lady, whereas a neurotic, dark, gay character like Thomas is a hard thing to put into the American market, he told Radio Times. It can lead to typecasting. All the roles he was offered after Abbey reminded him of the character Thomas Barrow. Because Thomas Barrow is gay and is essentially the bad guy for much of the show, a lot of people within the industry can only see you as that. They might not be in a rush to see you as a heterosexual love interest. That takes time. James-Collier is so focused on moving beyond Barrow that he has refused roles which he believes would only further typecast him. He admitted, "I spend more time out of work than in work. I was waiting for the right thing and I could have been waiting for years." Interestingly, this isn't the first time James-Collier exited a popular British show and patiently waited for the right possibility to come by. "After I left Coronation Street, I didn't work for 15 months. I turned a lot of stuff down because they weren't the right roles to take me away from what I'd done before," reflected James-Collier. Recently, we have seen the actor in The Ritual, a horror flick in which a group of college friends reunite for a trip to the forest, but encounter a menacing presence in the woods that's stalking them. Despite the fact that James-Collier is trying to separate himself from Downton Abbey, he will still reappear in the movie. Do you think there is a chance that his character will become a more positive one? Lesley Nicol as Beryl Patmore. Speaking of servants, we cannot forget about the amazing Lesley Nicol, who portrayed the cook Beryl Patmore. Just don't try to fool us by pretending that you wouldn't like to take any culinary lessons from her.
No, my lady, I would go so far as to say there is no food on the earth that is supposed to look like that.
The actress says that after the role in the show, people have started recognizing her more often. "I get invited to a lot more glamorous parties since I've been in Downton Abbey, which has made me much more fashion conscious," she said. Nicole admitted that she's never been too confident about her appearance, and that's why she's had problems with her personal life. Over time, she got used to the thought that she wasn't going to meet her second half, but miracles happen when you least expect them. I was 50 when I met my husband, Daboth. He was teaching Reiki, and I went to a class. He'd had an unhappy breakup and was so low he was almost invisible. Slowly, I got to know him and saw what a sweetheart he is. As of now, the actress continues to act on stage and on TV, and she's also enjoying her life with her husband and dogs. Dogs aren't child replacements, but if you have one, they're your family. They give us so much affection and joy. I don't know how I managed without Bertie, our terrier, and Freddie, our poodle, she says. Sophie McShera as Daisy Mason. We are wondering how Sophie McShera reacted when she was offered the part of the slightly clumsy, fussy helper of tyrannical Miss Patmore. Now it's hard to recognize this beautiful woman as Daisy, who we're used to seeing in an awkward neckerchief, a dirty apron, and with a scared look on her face. She's a complete dog's body, the lowest of the low. And I have to have all this eczema put on my hands and dirt under my nails when she's been doing the fires, the actress recalls getting ready for shootings. When she landed the role, she was told to grow her bob out and leave her hair unwashed. It's kind of good, she says with relish, because you don't care anymore. I can never look quite so awful in real life. I'd hate to be really beautiful on telly and then have everyone go, it's all makeup and lighting. After the filming of Downton Abbey came to an end, McShera played stepsister Drusilla Tremaine in Disney's 2015 film Cinderella. She also showed off her singing skills as Lady's Maid Gwyn in the ABC musical comedy series Gallivant. However, the actress happily agreed to put the apron on and return to our favorite kitchen. Who was your favorite cast member? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Check out these other great stories from OSSA and subscribe for new videos about your favorite stars.